Two longtime rivals collide tonight here at American University as the top-seeded St. John's Cadets face the second-seeded DeMatha Stags in the WCAC Championship. Hello, basketball fans. I'm Jeremy Huber, joined by the big man, Junior Burrow, the former UVA star. And Junior, you gotta love it. Tonight we've got one heck of a matchup. You look down the list, not a lot separates these teams. They split the regular season series. They had the same exact records in the WCAC, and really their overall records are almost the same. These two teams, really, nothing stands between the two of them. They're really even.
Absolutely. Now we're talking about who's willing to show up tonight for the championship game. You have the best two records. You have the best two teams, the 1 and 2 seeds. They had a gauntlet. Both teams had to get here. DeMatha played fantastic yesterday. St. John's not so good, but here they are in the championship game. A chance, and there's a rumor, Jeremy, from talking to some of the coaching staff, that they think they can win tonight by double figures. So
we'll see how it goes. Let's get to our keys to the game. Let's start off with DeMatha.
Obviously, the guards, what they have out there, they have a pro plan for them, the Markel folks. They limit in transition. If they continue to keep playing with the way he's been playing and the way DJ Harvey runs, and they play on that transition side of a rebound of basketball, they'll be fantastic tonight.
And also maintain and focus against what can be a, as they said, spurtable offense for that St. John's team. Let's go get a look at our players to watch. And, of course, we start off one of the guys you were talking about up top. Of course, it's the standout, Markel Fultz.
Absolutely. He's the guy. I mean, he's one of the best players I've seen in this area come out here in a long time. He's fantastic in transition. He's a half-court specialist, and he gets his whole entire team involved. Fantastic kid. Let's
go ahead and take a look as we see some of the action from Markel Fultz. Again, what a standout player headed to the University of Washington. The other guy to watch on this team, it's another really good one, DJ Harvey.
Absolutely. This is the transition guy. When he plays well, like he did last night, this DeMatha team is hard to beat.
And, of course, you see these two guys kind of working in tandem. One guy kind of starting things off, the other guy finishing it. Let's get it over to St. John's. Their keys to win this game, Junior.
Obviously pushing the pace. This is what they do. It's five. They have 5 guards on the floor sometimes. They know how to attack the basket. They find their three-pointers in transition. This is what Golden State looks like in a high school level. They do a fantastic job of looking for each other. When they rebound the basketball, this is what they're going to do. It's fantastic.
And of course, you look at attack the basket, defensive rebounding as well. Again, a smaller team, they've got to be able to go ahead and keep DeMatha off the boards. Let's go ahead and look at our players to watch in this one for the St. John's Cadets. And, of course, the guy that's headed to Maryland, Anthony Cowan.
Anthony Cowan is special. There's not a size issue. There's not a player issue. This is the kid right now that's going to come out here tonight, and every night he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's a fantastic basketball player. He keeps his team involved, and he stirs the Kool-Aid for this basketball team.
Most definitely a really guy who gets it done, but he's got a running mate as well who's pretty daggone good. That would be Jeff Dowden.
Jeff Dowden's going to Rhode Island, right? I feel like they've gotten a steal in, so to speak, in a player like this. He's the guy they're looking for in transition, and he's the guy they're looking for in the half court. Once he gets going early, this makes this team tough to beat because his confidence and his shooting ability keeps this game, and he's one of the guys that gets into that spurtability thing you talked about earlier. Fantastic player, and showing up tonight would be the best thing to happen to him tonight.
He can fill it up a little bit as well. Of course, the guy that kind of orchestrates things for St. John, that'd be their head coach, Sean McAloon. Earlier, he caught up with our Jackie Sager.
I'm here with St. John's head coach, Sean McAloon. Sean, what does it mean to you and your team to be playing in this WCAC championship game?
It means it's just I guess the ending of a long journey. You know, it starts out in early November, and it means that we were one of the more consistent teams, and we deserve to be here, and we're going to see if we can capitalize on it.
And what's it going to take to win this game tonight?
I mean, we'd be here for 20 minutes, but basically we got to rebound, get back, and share the ball. That's what we do best. If we can get downhill, that would help us as well.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you, Coach McAloon, of course, doing such a good job since coming over from Benedictine. Of course, Mike Jones takes the back seat to anyone junior, of course, his long time at DeMatha, taking up for the legendary Morgan Wooten.
Just a legend in his own right now. He's continuing the tradition of winning basketball games. He's doing a fantastic job over here at DeMatha, not only with what's on the team now, but recruiting and getting players to come down there and play the right way. He's been doing a fantastic job.
And of course, took it over as the interim coach at DeMatha back in 2002 when Morgan Wooten stepped down, and of course has done such a great job with this DeMatha program. And again, it's so hard to go ahead and come in after a legend. Of course, you played for one at Steve Smith at Oak Hill, but coming out to a guy like that and doing a great job coming afterwards, always tough to do.
If you could imagine a guy coming in and doing this is what you want him to come out here and do. He's continued that tradition of winning basketball games, city championships, taking his team nationally, getting players to play on that fantastic job.
We're going to take a quick break for our national anthem. And you look at the crowd, Junior, this is what it's all about, playing in a matchup like this.
This is become a venue for these basketball games here at American University. And every year it seems like it gets a little bit more intense, a little bit better. A fantastic place for basketball, especially on this high school level. And it's a credit to the WCAC tournament for coming here and bringing it here every year. A fantastic environment for this type of level.
You look at the bracket, how they got here. St. John's with pretty easy win against Reich, and then they beat McNamara to get in this matchup. DeMatha kind of been rolling. They beat Good Counsel, then really take out pretty tough Gonzaga team pretty easily.
Listen, this DeMatha team seems focused and ready to go. I wouldn't be surprised if they got out to a good start and they went ahead and won this game. Obviously, St. John's is the #1 seed, and they have enough to win a basketball game. We're on that level. But the way they've been playing at DeMatha this particular tournament and of late goes to show the credit to their team of being focused in and keyed in on ready to play.
Let's take a quick look at our starting lineups in this contest for both squads. You see for St. John's, Cowan, Doughton, Clayton, Sykes, and a late change got from Sean McAloon. Instead of going with the bigger forward in Joku, he's going to go with Reese Mona instead. So going kind of that 5-guard look, Junior.
I tell you what, this DeJuan Clayton, he's their actual point guard that plays on this team. I know there are 4 guards out there on the floor. When he's rolling, and what I mean by rolling, once the ball is in his hand, he pushes the pace to a tempo. When he's ready to go, that makes this St. John's team even that much more impressive. And if he's on his game tonight, they're going to be tough to beat.
Let's look at the starting lineup for this DeMatha squad. It's a pretty normal one for them. Ryan Allen, Nate Darling, Markel Folds in the backcourt. And, of course, 2 athletic guys in the front court, Taylor and Harvey.
I tell you what, at the end of the day, and I was talking to some Gonzaga fans yesterday, they said they have a pro and we don't. We have some guys that can make some money playing basketball, but DeMatha has a pro. And, of course, they're talking about Markel Folks. He's fantastic. The way he plays basketball with his demeanor makes me proud to watch a kid in the high school level because he plays it the right way. There's a bunch of games where he can do a bunch of other things, and Jeremy shows up and plays the right way, and that's a credit to his coaching staff and, of course, him.
Remember, this one could be the rubber match, might not be. They still have the Alhambra tournament where they may see each other again. DeMatha won the first one at St. John's, 59-57. St. John's took the second matchup at DeMatha, 61-54. St. John's, the 1 seed in the gray, black for the 2nd seed, DeMatha. Sykes and Harvey jump center will be tracked down by Allen, and we are underway here as he gives off to Martel Foltz.
Jeremy, I'm excited. I'm just excited with the fact that the way that DeMatha's been playing of late, and they're moving the basketball the right way. But this St. John's team is not #1 for any reason. They're the #1 seed for a reason.
Foltz holding back out to Allen. Looking around the perimeter, a little bit of a height advantage for St. John's, and we'll have a kick ball, so that'll reset the shot clock to 15 seconds. Remember, they do use the shot clock here in the WCAC.
I tell you what, there's a little je ne sais quoi in the step of this St. John's team. I've been working on my word verbs, okay.
You are the UVA grad.
You know, they're moving defensively like they're supposed to. It doesn't seem like this DeMatha team is ready for that type of movement. This is a fantastic defensive team on the St. John's team.
Drive down the lane, up, and that one will bounce off no good. Rebound fought for and taken in by St. John's. Quickly the other way. Step, and it's going to be blocked by Harvey. Again, what a play by Harvey.
They're showing the athleticism on every level.
Harvey brings it back now to Foltz. On Cowan, shoots over him. That one's no good. Sykes grabs the rebound. Got to be important with these guards out there. Got to hit the boards, right?
They put 5 gray uniforms in the lane so they can get the ball, because whoever grabs the ball is in transition with it anyway. So that shows that they're ready and how they get into the transition game.
Pass down low. Sykes looking for the turnaround. That one off, no good. So the lid on the basket early on here. Steal by Moto. Kick it back out. Cowan tries to dance it back to Doughton. Almost lost it into the backcourt.
A little bit of nerves here on the offensive end.
Cowan, nice dish. And our first bucket of the game goes to St. John's. Sykes.
Doing what point guards do, creating for other players. Anthony Cowan.
Harvey, guarded by Doughton, trying to post up a guard inside. That's Darling.
I feel like they're playing basketball now. Also, DeMatha has 5 guards on the floor right now, and they're just playing basketball right now. That's a good shot for DJ Harvey, showing his athleticism, getting into the middle of the lane. It seems like there's just 10 guards on the floor right now, Joe.
Yeah, Harvey, again, with that athleticism, goes about 6'5", 6'6". Now Cowan up under, good. showing it off right there. Again, people saying he's the replacement for Melo Trimble at Maryland.
He's doing a fantastic job of just showing you the kind of speed and athleticism he has. I think he's going to have a good game tonight.
So 4-2 lead. Trying to even up. Foltz looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Corner three, that one's up and good. Again, Sykes. It'll be Clayton there with the three.
Anthony Cowens being involved in every play positive at this point in time in the game for St. John. Just showing you what kind of player he's going to be at Maryland, at the University of Maryland.
Yeah, kind of diminutive, under 6 foot. Actually, a lot of people talking about he got snubbed for the McDonald's All-Star game. They have something to prove tonight. Post up inside. That one is knocked away. Cowan has it, pushing it. He'll kick it out to Mona. Kicks it back. Doughton, good ball movement. And now, smart play. He resets. He's dished down low. Sykes finishes over Harvey.
See, the good thing about being a transition team like they are now in St. John is that they take very good shots in transition. They're not just jacking up threes, they're getting the best shot available, and they're doing a fantastic job early in figuring it out.
Corner three, Harvey, that one around off, no good. Cowan grabs the rebound, won't push it. Thought about it for a second, now down the lane, nice dish. Sykes up and under, score it. 6 points for Sykes, and a big lead for St. John's, and a timeout DeMatha. DeMatha, as you see on your screen, 4 years without a league title. Longest stretch since 61.
Ooh.
Mike Jones seeing things going that way. He's going to take the TO.
Right, if you're going to take those kind of shots in transition, nothing's to the basket right now for DeMatha, and you're going to put this type of team. This is the best transition team that I've seen in a long time right now, right? I said the Golden State of high school basketball, they're doing a fantastic job. It's coming from a different bunch of places, scoring from here, scoring from there. But at the end of the day, it's the transition. They're putting so much pressure on you defensively that you have to give up something, and right now they're giving up everything.
Yeah, you see in Sykes with some good finishes at the rim. And that may be a key, I would think, Junior, is that DeMatha a little taller in the post. You're going to have to find ways to maybe get creative when it comes to finishing around the bucket, right?
You have to put in a real big guy to make them have to actually guard somebody in the lane. They have 6'9" over there. They have a 6'7" over there on the sideline. They stop trying to play down to what they do and do what you do.
No real personnel changes. That same lineup that came out for DeMatha. Allen, Taylor, Darling, Harvey, and Foltz.
Because all St. John's is doing on every screen, they're just switching everything. So there's no advantage gained by the plays you're running because they're just switching everything. So you're looking for a matchup, and DeMatha's not looking for the right matchup. Everything's a jump shot, a pull-up jump shot, or something like that. So
Foltz with it. Again, the University of Washington signee, really a great story when it comes out. He's got to come up to stardom. Foltz, nice up and under. That one's off the iron, no good. Batted around. Eventually, Harvey brings it in. He'll kick it back out. Foltz thought about it. Now Darling, the three-point specialist. He'll drive the lane, gets fouled. They'll blow the whistle, and he'll head to the line.
There is an extra person defensively for this St. John's team right now. They're everywhere. They're moving well on the screens. They're getting over on the pick and roll at the top of the key. They're switching hard. They're communicating well. I mean, that was a foul, but man, they're moving right now.
So Darling's first up and good. And averages just over 10 points per game.
UAB signing.
Yep.
Great shooter. Understands the game very well. Understands his role on this team.
Now DeMatha gonna put on some pressure. St. John's breaks it. Mona looks to dish it off. Now wing three, that one off no good. Off the hands of Clayton.
Another good shot in transition.
Foltz right down the lane. Blocking call will go on Reese Mona. And now it seems like Junior DeMatha's figured it out. They're going to take it into the paint and try and get some fouls.
Absolutely. You can't play basketball against a transition team if you don't take it to the basket. They have some holes on this basketball team at St. John's, and it's their height. And it's the fact that they're trying to hide it by being very aggressive on the wings and making you drive to help. Credit DeMatha for taking the timeout, Mike Jones. And now the last 2 times down the floor, they've got to the front rim.
First up and good by Foltz. Fultz, you see his numbers on the year.
Just an awesome basketball player. The numbers don't do him justice, Jeremy. His demeanor, his abilities to turn defense automatically into offense, his length, his size, and the way he carries himself on and off the court, a fantastic, I dare say, a steal for a major Division I team. He's clearly bigger than Washington, or pretty much any school. Fantastic kid.
Off the hands of Doughton, it'll be brought in by Clayton, and DeMatha using full court pressure even off a miss.
You have to find a way to slow this team down, and a little bit of token pressure never hurt anybody.
Trey Wood now into the game, the sensational sophomore, part of the Team Takeover AAU program, so plays against some very quality competition.
I've heard of that program, Jeremy.
I bet a lot of people have. Long three from Cowan, off the iron, no good. Rebound will be pulled in by the super athletic Kellen Taylor. Long three, around and out, no good. Taylor took that one and maybe a little bit out of his range.
You don't want to put this team in transition. You want to move the ball around. They've done a fantastic job of figuring it out.
Chance here, off the iron, no good, and Harvey grabs the rebound.
They're going to have to slow walk this team back down. This team is very spurtable.
And now a charge going to be called as Doughton gives up the body and draws the first foul of the game on Fultz.
Finding a way to make sure that they cover the basket. They're not very tall and athletic, but they are athletic. They're not very tall, so you have to get your body over there. And that's a great job of getting over there and getting a charge on somebody who doesn't really get a lot of charges taken against them.
Our first time tonight, we bring in our other sideline reporter, Tyler Byram.
During that last timeout, DeMatha's head coach Mike Jones stressed on his team's defensive aggressiveness. They aren't getting back in transition. They aren't crashing the boards. And that's what led to St. John's early lead here in the game. He stressed to his team they have to get back defensively and they have to prevent these careless turnovers on offense. Back to you guys.
Thank you much, Tyler. And you saw the shot block. Couple guys now in. It'll be Carlton in for DeMatha as Doughton's going to take the long shot, misses it, and Carlton grabs the rebound. Fultz in transition. They'll make him stop the dribble. Keeps it going, though. Thought about a three over in the corner. That shot will be off the iron, no good by Gardner. Now rebound, and a foul will be called as Trey Wood's going to pick that one up as he had to go ahead and hack on out to keep him from scoring the easy layup.
Now, Markell pushes that pace, and he gets Reggie Gardner a wide open 15-footer, and that type of offense, when it's good and everybody's passing the ball, you get an opportunity to get an offensive rebound and get back on the free throw line. Another way of getting back in this game, of scoring the basketball without the clock being on.
Allen making the free throw.
Hey, Jeremy, is it me that we just sound like we know what we're talking about right now? I think everybody's paying attention right now to what we're doing over here.
I'm sure there's a lot of people paying attention to this game. Allen hits two.
I feel like we're inside the game right now, Jeremy. I'm starting to feel a little better about myself.
I'll tell you what, no one knows better than you. Jeremy Huber, Junior Burrow, the former UVA standout with you here at American University. WCAC championship game. St. John's got out to the early 11-2 lead, but DeMatha chipping away. That one's going to be rejected on Cowan. St. John's saves the possession. Cowan will take it in again. Now dishes off, three-pointer. This one partially blocked. No good, and Njoku knocked it around. Now Fultz will come up with it. He could be headed for showtime. No Doughton back there. Dish off, corner three. Allen around and out, no good, and Njoku gets the rebound. Cowan has it taken away by Fultz. Fultz out in front and slams it home.
And what we were talking about earlier, turning defense into offense right away with no help, right? A steal, a dunk from him. That's a credit to his ability. Now, when you play zone against a team like St. John, even though they can shoot the ball and you know normally you don't want to play that, but it makes them think a little bit as far as where the guys are, where the shots are, and it slows down that transition game.
Doughton there. The colorful kicks tonight for Doughton makes his first bucket. Puts it back to a 4-point lead. Fultz guarded by Doughton on perimeter, looking for Carlton down low. He's going to be hit and fouled by Njoku, and that'll send Carlton to the line.
Now, you have to look inside that play. You have Markell with the ball on the corner, and he's asking for that pin down to get the ball back inside. So that lets you know that he understands that they have a size advantage, and, of course, he puts his big man on the free throw line by giving him a good pass under the basket. Now, can he make his free throws? The answer is yes for the first one.
Carlton puts that one down as we see it again, the dunk here by Fultz. You like those, your guy could dunk.
Absolutely, and plus, Jeremy, he's also a part of this team light skin thing. So when he's going to play like this, and I get to sit over here as the president of Team Light Skin, I like to put out there the positive energy that we're going to talk about tonight with that.
Carlton's second one goes down. I tell you what, you were here for that dunk he put down yesterday.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
I mean, it's hard to explain dunking backwards in transition with people around you to show off his athleticism. A fantastic play. It's a YouTube moment.
Yeah. I mean, there was no windup at all. You didn't see it coming. You thought, okay, this could be a layup, and it's an over-the-head dunk. Amazing.
And his demeanor after the play, like, yeah, this is what I do.
So St. John's lead down to 2. Cowan's going to take the long 3. No good. Put back attempt will be blocked on the second one by Harvey, and that will bring us to the end of the quarter as St. John's holds the 2-point lead on DeMatha, 13-11. And again, we're seeing a interesting game here, very close in the early going in this one as we kind of expected. Let's go take a quick break as we hear from the head coach of DeMatha, Mike Jones. Of course, Markel Fultz spent his sophomore year on JV. His coach talked about what he's done since then.
The decision was made to keep him on JV so that he would play a lot of minutes because we knew his junior and senior year he was going to be a big part of our team. We wanted to develop his leadership because we also knew that going forward that was going to be something that we really were going to need to rely on. But to be honest with you, he got a whole lot better during his sophomore year too. And you know, in hindsight, he would have played major minutes for us as a sophomore. So you know, when we made a mistake, we can admit that we made a mistake. Luckily, it's worked out so well.
Mike Jones talking about Markel Fultz spending his sophomore season on JV. Don't see a lot of that, Junior, but again, you have to credit the kid for taking what was a little bit of a punch to the gut and coming back so good.
Well, first things first, you're talking about one of the most esteemed programs in the country. So there's always going to be that opportunity. There's going to be a lineage of players, Division I players coming into that program. So it's not a big deal for a kid like this to be in the 9th grade playing on the JV and, you know, maybe playing on the JV as a 10th grader because of the talent they have at this particular school. Now, the credit goes to him between his 9th grade and 10th grade year and showing you what kind of player he is. And obviously being a WCAC Player of the Year that time, that just shows the fantastic ability he has and his work ethic. He put it in the summertime. He put it in on the summer circuit with the AAU. Fantastic player.
Cowan, first 3 of the game. He's got 5 and the lead back up to 5.
Now they're going to have to figure it out with him. They're going to have to get out there and start it because when you have help and you're going to play zone, you shouldn't be giving up 3-pointers.
DeMatha working around the perimeter in their black jerseys tonight. Now Fultz going to try and drive, and foul will go on Sykes, and that's going to be 2 on him. So Sean McAloon may have a decision, might have to put one of his starters on the bench.
Now, the thing about the way they're playing defensively, if you're going to put pressure on Markel Fultz on the wing with Sykes or anybody, he's going to drive the ball to the basket, and he's going to get up in the air and make some type of foul play. That's what they do, right? He's that kind of player. So you have to be careful, like they did earlier with Jeff Dowden getting in charge of making sure the help side is where it's supposed to be. Right now, they're just giving up layups and fouls to this DeMatha team, which is giving them a rhythm and getting you out of your transition game.
So the sophomore Wood will pick that one up as Darling heads to the line, hits his first. Darling having a pretty nice WCAC tournament. Had 11 against Good Counsel, then 14 yesterday against Gonzaga.
Everything went in yesterday for everyone yesterday against that Gonzaga team. That was a fantastic display yesterday, especially early, showing you what kind of team they are all over the place. Everybody was making shots. And they're struggling a little bit early today with their free throws, missing it. But a fantastic team. Let's see how they go because they've been struggling here in these WCAC championship games, not really giving their best effort, even though they've been the best team all year.
So Carlton will come in as Harvey gets a blow. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the half. Pass going to be booted away. Inadvertent boot off the pass by Darling, and it goes right to a teammate. Fultz directing traffic out front. 6'5" senior guard, again headed to Washington, a McDonald's All-American as well. Everything Markel Fultz way this year.
They're looking inside, they're looking for the guys.
Almost knocked away. Fultz will put up the long two. That one no good. Rebound put in by Wood.
Jeremy, they get the ball up the court so fast with the pass. I mean, that's just a fantastic team.
A little bit too over-aggressive by Sykes. Down low, Taylor stops, puts it up, score it, and the lead back down to 2.
Now, DeMatha has that ability to get in transition as well. It's not a one-sided team as far as transition goes, but you have to be careful when you start pushing the pace of this game with the way St. John's likes to play.
Pass down low. No good, fought for, and you asked for the big man. He's seemingly starting to alter some shots down there.
That's what he does, Jeremy. That's what he does.
Fultz will pull it back as DeMatha looks for their first lead of the game. St. John's jumped out to the 11-2 lead, and DeMatha's chipped away since. Now, wing three, that one no good. Knocked away by Fultz, out of the hands of Gardner.
Now, I'll tell you what, that's a good shot for Gardner. He's that kind of shooter. Once that thing gets going for him a little bit, he can really change the way they play because he's one of the few guys outside of him and Nate Darling that really can just step out there and shoot that tray ball.
Let's get it over to our Jackie Sager with this update.
In his training before the season, senior Anthony Cowan Jr. said that he wants to be the next St. John's great like Chris Wright. Chris Wright, of course, played for the St. John's team and then went on to play for Georgetown. And in 2013, he became the first player with multiple sclerosis to ever play in the NBA. Now, I think it's safe to say that Cowan has solidified himself as one of St. John's greats, averaging 20 points this season and even tying his career high of 40 points in a single game. Now, he is a real contender for the WCAC Player of the Year and arguably the best conference in the nation. Now, he's committed to the University of Maryland, where head coach Mark Turgeon said that he does an outstanding job at leading this St. John's team and that he'll be a perfect fit on and off the court for Maryland. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Jackie. Again, kind of lit on the basket, Junior, as we haven't any scoring. DeMatha still looking to either tie this thing up or maybe take the lead with a three as Harvey's back into the game. Quick dish out in the corner. Three-pointer up, three-pointer good as DeMatha has their first lead on the three by Kellen Taylor.
Fantastic ball movement by this DeMatha Staggs team. Listen, they're going to stay with it. So it's going to be up to St. John's to get out here and play a little harder and play a little better with their shot selection.
Cowan around and out, and Njoku fought for the rebound. They'll say it goes off of Harvey and DeMatha. Going to be big, I would think, in Njoku to play, and some of the other bigger guys for St. John's get something down low.
They're just not built for a lot of low post work, and that's kind of a credit. It says a lot about their team being able to win as many games they have, considering they don't go inside a lot. But even if they did go inside tonight, DeMatha's going to be better there in that inside game as far as defensively. So there's no reason to change what you do like we talked about earlier. Play your game.
Fall-away jumper is good by Hilton. His first bucket of the game and lead back to St. John's.
That's just good offense. Moving the ball around against the zone, getting the best shot available, and just putting yourself in the best way possible.
Well, an offensive foul. Josh Carlton's going to pick that one up front in front of the key there.
You know what, Jeremy? We haven't done a good enough job of talking about the quality of refereeing we've had so far tonight.
I think you're putting the jinx on them.
I mean, I'm putting the jinx because that's the second whistle I've heard almost in the last 30 seconds. There's no reason for all this whistle stuff. Let's let them play. It's a championship game. You want them to play basketball the right way.
Almost lost out of bounds there by Hilton. Gets it back, though. Mike Jones could have grabbed that from his spot on the sidelines.
It should be physical, Jeremy. It's the championship.
Cowan going to take the long three. That one off. Maybe pressing a little bit. Now Harvey with it. He'll pull it back out. And
as long as the ball touches a couple of people's hands consistently on offense for DeMatha, they'll have an opportunity to win this basketball game. But if they're going to come down and take bad shots and put the ball in the wrong person's hands, it's going to be one of those nights.
Back out front, Allen takes the three. That one off, no good. Nice box out there by Njoku on the bigger Carlton. Kick over, wing three is up and good. DeJuan Clayton's second three of the game. He's got 6, and St. John's has a 4-point lead.
We talked about it earlier. If he's going to play like this and get them in that transition game, they are a tough out.
Which right now, DeMatha playing without Fultz, getting a break on the sidelines. Harvey pull-up jumper off the side of the backboard, out of bounds. They're going to say that Cowan tipped it.
It looked like a foul, too. Yeah. But like I said, the referee, that's a good call from the ref, allowing them to play.
So Cowan couldn't believe it. He thought just a miss. Now maybe it was a miss because he hacked him on the arm. Reese Mona checks back in for St. John's. Fultz back out there for DeMatha. Almost thrown away, snatched by Gardner. He'll get back out to Fultz. Fultz joined by Gardner. And now up and good as Darling able to score, and he'll head the line to shoot one more.
They're just running great offense now. I mean, they're getting in the lane, layups, fouls, etc. They're doing a fantastic job here in this second quarter, getting where they want and keeping this St. John's team out of transition consistently, and that's why the game's so close.
Darling's shot up and good, so he'll knock that one down. Sub out, he'll get subbed out as Justin Moore checks in. He's out there with Harvey, Taylor, also Fultz, and also Gardner. St. John's right now, they'll go with Hilton, joined out on the court by Cowan, also Clayton, Doughton, and Mona. Cowan down the lane, tries to finish. They'll call the block. Believe that one's going to go on Moore. It will, and that'll get Cowan to the line to shoot a pair.
Once again, like we talk about DeMatha, if you're going to push up on an Anthony Cowan, you better be able to physically stay in front of him. I think you've been doing a great job of playing different types of defense and putting them in situations where they have to think first, paralysis to analysis. But if you're going to press up on him and give him clear lanes to the basket, he's going to kill you.
St. John's hasn't won a WCAC title since the year 2000. Cowan makes the second.
That's a long time ago, Jeremy.
It is. They have 3 WCAC titles in their history. I believe that's actually the 3rd most. Gonzaga has the 2nd most. They've got 6. And of course, DeMatha tonight going for their 40th.
DeMatha being DeMatha.
Yes. That shot up and good. Gardner able to knock it down. His first bucket of the game.
Always in games like this, you look for that role player or that guy that's not on the star watch. When you're dealing with this type of talent on a consistent basis on both teams, there's always going to be that guy. Right now it's DeJuan Clayton for St. John's, and now it's Reggie Gardner for DeMatha.
Well, you see right there, the star watch, if we would say, making a pretty good play as Fultz able to go ahead and knock that one off of Hilton as opposed to it being off of him. So now DeMatha with the chance to take the lead back as we get close to 1 minute to go in the half. Long three up, that one's off the back iron, no good. Actually didn't even hit anything. That one put back up, and the guy you were looking at, Justin Moore, able to score it.
I like to call him Mr. Buckets, Jeremy. 9th grader, first-year player. He's going to be dynamic for this basketball team. This is the part about, I was talking about Mike Jones, having a plethora of talent just coming his way at all times.
Three-pointer up, that off the iron, no good. Mona able to grab it, though. Mike Jones not happy. His guys couldn't get to that ball.
They're spread out so much, Jeremy. It's so hard to rebound when you have to chase guys out past the three-point line that move like this St. John's team moves.
Here's your star matchup. As Cowan's going to bring it back down to 13 seconds on the shot clock, guarded by Fultz.
See how he used his length to stay in front of him?
Cowan up and under, spins around and drops.
Great defense, better offense, Jeremy.
These guys showing you everything tonight. Down under 5 seconds. Fultz has to go. I don't know if he knows how much time's left. He looks back. He's got to go. Puts up the 3 on Doughton. Off the back iron, no good. And Mike Jones is not happy with his star as Markelle Fultz just lost track of time.
Yeah, he lost track of time right there on that last possession. But it's still a fantastic game. So far, so good. No turnovers, really. It's a well-played half for both teams. They can talk about it in the locker room, but a fantastic group so far.
Yeah, most definitely, as we have a 1-point game here at the half, about to be joined by head coach of St. John's, Sean McAloon. And again, his team has this 1-point lead as they played pretty well here. Some things obviously have to be ironed out in the first half, in the second half, but we'll see if they're able to go ahead and get to that point. As again, they have the 1-point lead on DeMatha. We talked about how close these two games have been during the season. We'll see if they stay this close here in the second half as these two teams with a 1-point lead for St. John's, as we're about to be joined by the head coach of St. John's, Sean McElwain.
I'm here with head coach of St. John's. Coach, what does your team need to do to get the win in the second half?
Just continue to be aggressive. We got a little stagnant there in the second quarter. They slowed it down by putting a little half press and then going to 2-3, and we kind of just played right in their hands. Continue to attack. Hopefully in the second half the whistles will even out. Otherwise, I probably won't have much of a team left by the end of the game.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Shots fired.
Thank you, thank you, Jackie, and thank you, Sean. 1-point lead at the half for St. John's, 25-24. We'll be back with more right after this.
What's up, lacrosse fans? I'm excited to announce our new partnership with LacSportsNetwork.com, a 24-hour digital media network dedicated to covering the game of lacrosse, delivering thousands of hours of original programming, including live professional, collegiate, and amateur games. Now, those of you that already know about Synthesis Multimedia Productions and our platform at DMVSTREAM.COM, you know that our group has become the Mid-Atlantic's dominant force in providing live streaming of pro, college, and local high school sports. Now, in this new partnership with LacSportsNetwork.com, we'll be bringing you, the viewers, unprecedented live coverage of the Mid-Atlantic's most notable high school lacrosse programs, with matchups that include teams like Gonzaga, Georgetown Prep, Landon, Loyola Blakefield, McDonough, Boys Latin, Hill Academy, St. Paul's School, Culver, New Canaan, St. Stephen's St. Agnes, Collegiate School, and the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference Championship live from the University of Maryland. Now, in this series of 10 games, starting in early March, you can watch the best matchups live in HD with the state-of-the-art broadcast technology you've come to expect from us at Synthesis Multimedia Productions and DMVStream.com. Broadcasts will include a minimum of 5 HD camera angles, graphics, instant replay, live clock, live scoring, up-to-the-minute stats, and a 15-person crew, including directors, producers, camera operators, play-by-play color, and sideline reporters, all dedicated to creating a television-style broadcast experience that you can watch live right in the palm of your hand. To find out more about this project, go to LacSportsNetwork.com and start watching lacrosse right now.
Welcome back to Bender Arena. At the half, St. John's on top of DeMatha, 25-24. Jeremy Huber, Junior Burrow back with you. And Junior, a pretty exciting first half in this one. Maybe not the score we expected, maybe a little more scoring, but these guys really getting after each other in transition.
Right, defensively, it's the kind of game you want, right? They've shown up. It's not been a lot of foul calls. They hadn't put a bunch of teams on the free throw line, either one, and they haven't turned the ball over. So those are all positive things. Obviously, they're taking some tough shots, and they're not making them, and both teams are rebounding the ball defensively very well. But this is the kind of game you really want, right? This is right up DeMatha's alley, right? They've gotten them out of transition in St. John's. They put them in a situation where they have to run half-court offense, and that's a credit to DeMatha's defense, and that's what you want. But on the other side of this whole thing is that there is a matter of time, for your word you used early, spurt ability that this St. John's team has, and they can do it right here in the start of the third quarter, so you have to be careful how you come out of your DeMatha.
Quick look at our stars, kind of guys to watch in this one. Anthony Cowan leading the way in this game with 9 points. Also, another guy, of course, to watch for them, Jeffrey Doughton, only got 2. Kalia Sykes and DeJuan Clayton each have 6 for St. John's. On the other side of things for DeMatha, Markel Fultz held to just 3 points in the first half. DJ Harvey has 2. They're led by Nate Darling and Kellen Taylor with 6 and 5 apiece. So both guys, some of the, I guess the guys we were expecting from DeMatha really not getting it done, though one of the guys for St. John's has and one of the guys hasn't.
Absolutely. You're really talking about very good teams from top to bottom. This is what this stat sheet show you, that it's not just going to be Anthony Cowens, it's not just going to be Jeff Dowden, it can be a DeJuan Clayton, it can be somebody else. It's not going to just be Markel Fultz, but it can also be a Reggie Gardner, and the names go on and on. These are fantastic teams playing a really good game on both ends of the floor, and now it's up to your role players and everybody else involved to show up for the second half.
Well, we talked about Anthony Cowan, of course, the great player for St. John's. Had a chance to catch up with him earlier in the week where he talked about what it's like to play in the WCAC.
A lot of teams, they have maybe one tough, a lot of teams out of town, they might have one really big game a year, but and then night out, you have to come to play. And like you said, just from the WCAC progressing over the years, it's crazy, just me when I was younger, just coming to the games and just being amazed by some of the players, and then just me, like I said, starting as a freshman, just being able to jump into it and just play against them, the players, like Melo. I've actually played against him my first ever WCAC game. Yeah, so that's crazy to even think about. They were like, yeah, O'Connell first game, putting a freshman on Melo. I'm like, oh man, yeah, but it's fun. It's not a better league in the country, I believe.
Welcome back in. The team's coming back out on the court. Again, St. John's with a 25-24 lead as they again look for their first WCAC championship since the year 2000. Of course, DeMatha trying to end a streak, the longest in school history. 4 years without a WCAC championship. It's been so long that they haven't been able to go ahead. And again, it's never happened. It's never been more than 2 years, Junior.
Well, it's a credit to the program, yeah. Right? I mean, just showing you what type of ability they have to go out there and win continuously or on a consistent basis. But this is their opportunity. They've had that opportunity the last couple of years, and credit Gonzaga last year for showing up and getting the game in overtime and then eventually winning. Now we're talking about a St. John's team who finished first in the regular season. The game is where it needs to be. It's a whole second half to play. Does DeMatha really want it? That's the bottom line. Those are the questions that we'll have answered here in the second half.
Yeah, most definitely, as these two teams battling it out. We talked about it before, how close this series has been this year. A 2-point win for DeMatha at St. John's, a 7-point win for St. John's at DeMatha. So these two teams have really played it close all year long, and this one probably could be no different.
Right, it's the best of the best, playing against the best. Right, in the best atmosphere, in the best conference in the country. Everybody says there's an argument, Jeremy. They always is. The argument is the best. I've been all over the country. We watched basketball my whole life. This is the best high school conference in the country, hands down. And B.J. Kubarulis puts you and I front row. And it took me 4 years to be able to say his name with that type of smoothness too, by the way, Jeremy. But to put us in front of this, and it's exciting and it's an honor to be with you here for these kind of games, man, it makes it so much fun.
Well, it's funny, and the fans at home, I was earlier before the game, you and your former teammate Corey Alexander were talking over in the corner, and I said the 15-year-old Jeremy Huber would be thrilled about this, get to talk to the two UVA studs from back in the day. You see the WCAC championships, DeMatha looking for number 40, St. John's looking for number 4. We're underway as DeMatha starts things off, and again, Out front, Kellen Taylor's going to take the three, be the three. Kellen Taylor coming up large. Second three of the game, and DeMatha back up front.
Fantastic ball movement, getting the ball inside, outside. Doesn't matter if you're big or small. If you're touching the ball consistently in the lane, you're going to get an opportunity to get a good shot.
Taylor, of course, a guy that a lot of people think is a better football player than basketball, but basketball is his passion. Doughton for three, lead back to St. John's.
Those are the kind of high-level plays that he's going to make at Maryland next year, Jeremy. Being able to get the ball, get into the middle of the lane, and show his athleticism and show his how to find the LeBron James pass, I like to call it, from one side of the floor to the other.
Darling down the lane, gets it knocked away by Mona, but I think Mona's going to get the foul called on him.
Now, we've done games like this for years. This is the most aggressive I've seen Nate Darling going to the basket. So it's a conscious effort for him in his last WCAC championship to put his team in the best situation by not just settling for jump shots.
He'll go ahead for a shot up and good. Yeah, and you wonder a little bit just knowing the fact that people close out on him so much if he just wanted to add this to his game.
Well, I mean, if he wants to play in college at UAB, he needs to add stuff to his game, right? Defensively and the ability to put the ball on the ground, because it's nothing like a guy who can shoot it, but it's nothing like a guy who can do both.
Darling out of Bedford, Canada. It's up near Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Canadian bacon is like we like to call him a little bit, and that's a pretty good piece of bacon too, Jeremy, just in case you was wondering.
It kind of sizzles like our bacon sometimes as Sykes off the nice pass by Mona scores it.
A broken play that turns out awesome.
Well, Mona, scrappy player versus his brother Mitch, a very good football and lacrosse player for St. John's. St. John's with a chance to add to their lead. Down the lane, Cowan scores it.
You got to pick the ball up earlier if you're going to allow him to get that kind of head of steam coming to the basket. He's hard to stop, Jeremy. Hard to stop.
So Cowan puts the Cadets up by 3. Glad you be with us here on this DMV Stream broadcast of the WCAC Championship. Foltz directing traffic, guarded by the lengthy Doughton. Under 5 on the shot clock. Darling puts up the runner. That one no good. Doughton grabs the rebound. Thought about the long outlet pass. He'll think better and give it off to Cowan. Now foul as Foltz is going to pick that up. And you got to remind you a little bit of yesterday where he picked up 3 fouls in less than 2 minutes.
I don't understand why that's a foul, Jeremy. I felt like he moved his feet and got himself there. You can't fault him for being 6'5" and being able to stay in front of a guy. Don't let the little guy off the hook right there. He was making a play. He's penetrating. He's doing it under duress, and that's what it's supposed to look like.
And again, another foul. So this really hurt DeMatha yesterday, as the foul, I believe, is going to go on Harvey. But against Chris Likes. And now off the backside of Foltz, Cowan with the old Len Bias trick play there. This one up from the corner and good. DeJuan Clayton with the 3, and the lead is out to 6.
This DeJuan Clayton is a special DeJuan Clayton.
Down on the post, Taylor kicks it out, Darling. DeMatha moving the basketball, trying to stop this St. John's run. Harvey trying to go one-on-one, Doughton. He'll spin, puts it up, off the iron, no good. Foltz gets the rebound, that one off the iron, tap back by DJ Harvey.
See, there you go, taking the ball to the basket, it turns out good. This is what's good about basketball.
Corner 3, Mona, that off the iron, gets his rebound though, dishes it off. Sykes scores off the no-look by Reese Mona.
Sykes is eating off of layups tonight. First team all WCAC guy, just getting layup after layup.
Foltz down the lane, can't finish on Sykes. Mona tries to push it ahead, gets the Cowan. Dish back, Cowan, wing 3, score it! St. John's is on fire, and so is Anthony Cowan.
There's that spurt ability, Jeremy. There it is. 1-3, 2-3, layup, offensive rebound. And this is what DeMatha was worried about, because they're running good offense, but they're not getting the finish and what they need offensively.
Darling almost has it knocked away, grabbed. Harvey, 3, iron, no good. Knocked around, Mona again. Reese Mona, the glue guy today, Junior.
Absolutely, another role player stepping up, for the best team in WCAC in the regular season.
Now Cowan with it as St. John's looks to push their lead out to double digits. They had the early 11-2 lead. Never got it up to double digits, though. Doughton looking for a screen. He'll pull up, long two, score that one. The Rhode Island commit looking good.
Just great offense in the half court. Looking for the screen, using the screen to the best of his ability.
Fultz pull up, no good. Sykes pulls down the rebound. Right now, business just closed for the DeMatha offense.
Oh, man.
11-point lead for St. John's as we dip under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Back out top. Cowan loses control as Darling steals it away. Taylor up ahead. That one will be laid up, so the defense turns to offense as Reggie Gardner scores it. Sean McAloon going to take a timeout, but he stares down the referee as well.
Absolutely. I think they were trying to get something that they just got here with a pull-up jump shot from Dowden. They were trying to get that a couple on the other side, and it just wasn't run right. This is a good timeout to make sure we all on the same page and what we're looking for against this zone-out defense. And instead of letting them get a 4 or 5 point run here, they did a good job of making sure that they only gave them one layup. That's an and one, by the way. You can't hold on to a guy.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you caught it because I saw it too. I was like, what are the referees looking at? That's from my game. That's the old hold right there. The little lookout block and grabbing from behind.
And see, that's the part that always bothers me about the inconsistency of you call it on one end, I need you to call it on the other. That's all. And I won't get caught up in the details of that because we're watching a very good game, and St. John's is doing what St. John's does, which is keep the ball in transition, keep their offense, and let their offense speak for itself, moving the ball around, and it's coming from everywhere.
And, of course, we saw a little bit DeMatha. You look at the jerseys, Junior, they got some skin-tight jobs, so to pull that thing out as far as they did, I'll tell you what, that's not exactly an easy one to do.
Hey, listen, everybody's moving real fast. Got away with one, but for this team to be as small as they are, and I mean by small, just nobody over 6'7" or whatever, they are being really physical with this DeMatha team. Really physical.
I think the tallest one out there right now is Doughton at 6'3". A lot of 6'1s under Doughton. Speak of the devil, and he can't get it to go, but he'll head to the line to shoot two.
They're just running a very good offensive set every time down the floor. There's a reason why they've only lost a couple of games this year, and they're in this WCAC championship game. Just being able to get this thing right where they want it, in the middle of the lane, coming from a bunch of different guys. It was Clayton at one time, now it's Dowden, it was Cowens. They just bring it from all different areas from you, Jeremy.
And we see it there. Took a little bit of contact and tantalizingly almost fell in, but didn't. And Doughton thought he had an and one. Now he shoots the second. He gets two at the line.
It's looking like the rumor that we were talking about earlier. I had one of the assistant coaches tell me that this St. John's team was going to blow them out. So it looks like it's headed that direction right now. Let's see can they turn that around.
Well, DeMatha last year had a big lead against Gonzaga, let it slip away. Now the Stags in chase mode as they trail by 11.
You have to throw the ball inside, Jeremy. You have to find a way to get the ball inside.
Pull-up jumper with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Reggie Gardner, he now has 6.
Still playing well from the first half, Reggie Gardner.
Well, you talked about this happened last year with DeMatha where they had Gonzaga in inside foul trouble on Big Sam Miller, could never get him out of the game. They couldn't post anybody up. Shot missed and could be pulled in by Harvey.
They have to score now or get to the free throw line using good offense, move the ball around, or get to the basket.
Harvey, again, pull up, but he hits it again. So DJ Harvey getting it going a little bit.
A spurt ability. They got out for a little while. They need another stop here. Then we'll have ourselves another ball game.
Lead is down to 7. St. John's with possession. Three-pointer going to be blocked by Fultz. Another great defensive play by the standout. Fultz looking to push. He'll take it in, hangs in the air, gets his own rebound. Tap back's good.
On his own, turning offense to defense. Turning defense to offense. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Sometimes I get a little excited.
You should after a play like that. Markelle Fultz able to score it. Only has 5 in the game, but his team's deficit down to 5 as well.
What zone defense does to a team like this that doesn't have a lot of size is that they have a bunch of guys who can get to the middle of the basket or who needs a screen to get to the middle of the basket. But with that type of height in the lane, it makes you take tough shots like that.
Well, they get the rebound. Didn't need to force it back up, but they scored anyway. DeJuan Clayton.
Man, I'm glad I talked about him earlier. It makes me look like I know what I'm talking about, Jeremy, I swear.
You do. He's got 11. He's got it going today. Harvey thought about driving. He's being harassed by Cowan. The DeMatha fans looking for the foul. Back out Carlton, going to kick it out. Fultz will take the three and hit, but they'll call the foul down low on Carlton before the shot.
That's good defense by this St. John's team. Harvey needs to be more precise in what he's trying to do over there in the corner. If you're going to run good offense, the ball needs to move like it's under good offense. You have something or you don't. Pass the ball and keep moving. Be athletic.
Clayton's foul, his second. DeMatha was looking for the lob. Don't get it. Allen's got it. Dribbles it off his leg. Will they get a shot off? He'll throw it up, and that one will come up short. And no foul will be called as Mike Jones, incredulous. Actually, they're going to talk about it now. So maybe they will call a foul.
He definitely fouled him. Now, is it a 3 or a 2?
They're going to wave it off, and Mike Jones is hot, and he's about close to getting a technical as one of his players, Reggie Gardner. He says, Reggie, I know what I'm doing here. I've been around a while.
It's a foul. It's 3 free throws, and it puts them closer with a guy at the free throw line with the fourth quarter to go. This is the WCAC championship. Call the foul, make the foul call. It was a good play. I don't like it.
Now, the one thing I'm kind of interested in right now is I'm wondering if someone is over there diagramming a play while Mike Jones is over there arguing. A lot of his assistants were kind of hanging out with the referee as well. Now we'll see the referee that actually didn't call the foul and waved it off come talk to Jones. Now a little more quiet conversation, but like I said, I think he's got a point.
Hey, I mean, it's a judgment call, no doubt, but you got to give him, if you're going to blow the whistle, on a three-pointer, not giving the guy a chance to get a clean shot up, it works in their favor, I guess.
Yeah, he's still hanging out over there, and of course, our Tyler Byram hanging out with our big boss, B.J. Kuperulis.
I'm here with BJ Kuperulis, the founder and owner of DMV Stream. So BJ, exactly what is DMV Stream?
DMVSTREAM.COM is a live portal for people to be able to watch live sports in the DMV, right? Stream, right? So what an amazing experience to be able to just pick up your phone and watch free sports here in the DMV and live high school sports like this. DeMatha, Gonzaga, St. John's, all those big conferences. We stream upwards of 200 events a year. Not all of them at DMV Stream, but working with places like CBSSports.com, MonumentalSports.com. We just did the National High School Hoops Festival with Team Takeover and Keith Stevens. So the concept is to be able to get these live sports out and have people be able to watch them live in the palm of their hand, right in their mobile.
All right, it makes sense to me. Make sure you check them out at DMVStream.com. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tyler, and thank you to BJ for, as Junior says, letting us be here at courtside for this wonderful game. Also, folks, if you didn't see there over BJ's shoulder, the great John Thompson Jr., the former Georgetown player, and a great play there and a great pass as Sykes finishes. He has 12.
Just the right place, right time, and Sykes constantly on that baseline, being a baseline guy, making sure he's where he needs to be to finish those plays.
That moves the lead back out to 9. DJ Harvey with it. Fultz, we talked about not having his best game, at least scoring-wise, has made some really good plays. Allen down the lane. He'll finish over Sykes.
There we go. Somebody being aggressive, getting the ball to the layup, getting the ball in the middle of the basket. And that's what you have to do against defense like this, to switch it.
Doughton called for the screen, didn't use it. He get back out to the sophomore Wood. Wood had a nice game yesterday, 8 points against McNamara. Cowan tries to finish, and it'll go down. Anthony Cowan hangs in the air and scores.
They have to do a better job, DeMatha, of getting pressure on him, Cowan on the wing and stop those straight line drives to the basket, because he's going to kill him like that.
So Cowan picks up his first foul of the game, and it's funny, a couple possessions ago he did that, just kind of harassing hands all over, and he's kind of incredulous. He gets called for a foul. I'm like, you're really good, but the guy you're guarding's pretty good too. They're probably going to call this one even up.
I tell you what, he knows that he only has one foul.
And almost a three-point play as Clayton tried to take the foul and kind of didn't really do a good job of it.
You got to want to be under there, Jeremy. Short grass is a tough place to be for a guard. And this St. John team has guys all over the place. You got to get your body over there, sacrifice a little bit. He's playing so good right now, maybe he didn't want to.
So shot up by Fultz and good.
We're already in the fourth quarter. This game is almost over.
Well,
when is the superstar going to show up for us?
See, you say that, but last year we got treated 8 extra minutes of basketball.
It seems like that always happens for us. And we don't have any funnel cakes or any food over here, any popcorn. I mean, come on, Jeremy.
If we get a classic like last year, I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Just talking about that Gonzaga game where Sam Miller and Chris Likes took things over late. The long and the short of it, if you will, as Fultz misses. Everyone forgets, and he finishes off himself. Everyone forgot it was the second shot.
A little foobarb, as they like to call it, on mental.
Yeah, I mean, just
St. John's team.
Everyone lost focus on that play. It'd be one thing if it was a 1-and-1, but it was a 2-shot foul after 1 free throw. Cowan, nice dish off. Finish will not go down, but it'll send Sykes to the line to shoot 2.
It seems like that's his first miss on the baseline, so maybe a good job by them. He seems to be everywhere he needs to be. And he's catching layup after layup, finishing up on the basket. Now let's see, can he make a free throw?
First is up and good. He comes in around a 50% free throw shooter on the season as we see the dish off and the pump fake gets Gardner and Fultz off with their feet, ends up scoring or ends up getting fouled and gets the foul on Gardner.
You know what I'm missing right now in this game? I don't see the tenacity that I've seen all this year. They're not putting their head down and getting to the basket under these circumstances. Right now, St. John's is out-toughing them on both ends of the floor. It's starting to bother me a little bit because they're bigger and they're more athletic.
Back up top to Allen. Going to drive on Doughton. Tough shot. Harvey's going to get the rebound. He'll be fouled, and I think they're going to say it's on the floor. Actually, no, they'll say it's a 2-shot foul.
Now, here we go. Now, that's important, right? You get a good shot at the basket, a tough shot at the basket, but a good shot nevertheless. And now we have some offensive rebounds. We get some scoring without the ball, without the clock moving. This is what DeMatt's going to have to do to slow this pace down and get back in this game.
Harvey's first up and good. His 7th point of the game. That foul went on Trey Wood, his 3rd, so he'll sub out. And Mona will come back in. Of course, Mona helped spark that run earlier with some really good hustle plays, a couple good passes as well.
He's been Draymond Green-esque tonight, right? Hustling everywhere, screens, assists, layups, a couple of layups for him, being tough defensively. I mean, you know, just playing an all-around good game for one of the role players for this basketball team.
So Clayton with it. So dish it off. Now knocked out of bounds by Fultz. That'll stay St. John's ball. Come up on 5.5 to go in the 4th quarter. A 6-point lead for St. John's. Easy one in, and Sykes scores again. How many times is he going to score into the basket, Junior? And now a takeaway by Cowan.
St. John's just playing a headier game right now. That's all that is.
Cowan down the lane. Called a block. It doesn't fall in as Kellen Taylor is going to be called for the block.
And if you're Mike Jones, this is your best team you have on the floor. Like, there's nobody to sub in that's going to do a better job offensively and defensively for you. So now we're talking about the mentality of the coach and what you can do now, which will probably be maybe going back to that zone that you had early that was very effective. But as long as you're going to play man-to-man and they're going to get opportunities to offensive rebound the basket, it's going to be tough for you to come back against this team.
Cowan hits the first. Both teams with 5 team fouls and 4 timeouts remaining. Here we see it. Cowan by Harvey. Little leg stuck out there, and Cowan can't score it, but he hits both free throws, and the lead is back out to 10.
Like, DeMatha, what are you looking for on offense right now? Like, they haven't really done anything they need to do. Like, what are you looking for on offense?
That'll be knocked out of bounds as Gardner took it in.
I mean, if you really look at it, Jeremy, it's really just a bunch of isolation, get to the basket and make your way and make it happen. that's not really the kind of offense that's going to get you back in this game with the last 5 minutes going in this game.
Harvey calling for a lob pass. Mona kind of pushed him out far enough, and then a little bit of contact, so Harvey's going to get himself to the line. Kind of a wild shot, but I think he knew he had Mona set up.
Like the days of the big man, right now you have 10 guards on the floor.
Yeah.
There's a tear in my eye right now, Jeremy. I don't know if you see it or not, but we're just watching guards play basketball right now. And it's a good brand of basketball, by the way. I don't want to make it seem like it's not. But you have at least 5 or 6 guys over 6'9" sitting on the bench watching the fourth quarter of the game for both teams.
The man at the free throw line, DJ Harvey, your tallest one out there at 6'6".
Oh, here we go. Here's the big fella coming in. There we go right now. Now we know they're going to be in some type of zone right now because you can't put a lot of pressure on them and have him out there on the floor without doing something different.
DeMatha, a little full court trap there. St. John's able to break it. Cowan going to get it across. Cadets nursing an 8-point lead and looking to add to it here in the WCAC championship game. Kick out, Reese Mona for 3. It's good! Reese Mona knocks down the 3 and the lead back out to double digits.
Fantastic play by Cowan. Way to finish that play in Mona.
Down the lane and some contact. Doughton's going to get called for it.
Now see, there's a difference. Like that's a drive and there's a foul, but when Allen goes to the basket, there's an open Markel Folks in the corner. He doesn't find it. When Cowan's on this end, he's finding open guys as he drives to the basket, and it's keeping everybody involved.
So Ryan Allen, that's 4 tonight. Looks to add to that total. He'll hit the first. An interesting thing, you talk about Reese Mona. Again, he's a starter, probably about the 5th option as we see the replay here. The fact that he has the confidence to take that shot tells you all you need to know about St. John's and that team style they play.
Absolutely. He's confident. He shot it in a rhythm. That's a credit to the pass and the catcher and the receiver of that particular pass. And now, listen, I don't know if you're looking around, but people are starting to leave. I mean, there are some people just walking behind us and making their way up to the top because they feel like this St. John's team is on their way. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I think those people might just be trying to beat some traffic. I think this one's still going to have something to be said, a 9-point game. Though, if Sykes keeps getting in there, he gets blocked by Kellen Taylor. That was wide receiver on wide receiver crime. As we'll get a jump ball, actually get a timeout here, I believe, by St. John's to avoid the jump ball, which would have given it back to DeMatha.
That's a play at the rim right there, Jeremy. I like to see that type of athleticism on both guys, and that's a great no call. Now you got to come up with the ball if you're DeMatha. Like all of these 50-50 balls, all of these deflections and stuff that they normally get, St. John's is coming up with the basketball, and it seems like they wanted a little more than they did.
Yeah, we talked about wide receiver on wide receiver. 2 pretty good ones there in Kalia Sykes and also Kellen Taylor. As we'll go ahead and get a quick update from our Tyler Byram.
Ryan Allen, a junior for the Stags, is actually known for being a top player at DeMatha. His cousin, Terrell Allen, was a former standout at DeMatha Catholic High School and even is starting as a freshman at Drexel University. Now, Ryan Allen is known for his stout defense, and he is proud of that. In fact, his grandmother likes to refer to his defensive style as that is NBA star Justice Winslow. However, the game has changed a lot in the past couple years, and the rules have changed to more favor the offense, but Allen has changed his style right with it. Now, Allen has picked up 6 offenses as a junior, a lot from the local area, including Towson University, George Mason University, Mount St. Mary's, and of course, here at Bender Arena, American University. Back to you guys.
Thank you much, Tyler. I know Mike Brennan wouldn't mind having him in the arsenal when it comes to having some guys that can do a lot of things. That's one of the things, a Princeton offense, you like guys can do it all.
Absolutely. Now, Grandmom said in that thing, I know you heard that there's a Justice Winslow type of defense right there in the young fella. Now, they're going to need as much Justice Winslow in these last 4 minutes as he can possibly get their hands on. So that's credit to see his grandmom know what she's talking about.
Let's see. It's Clayton. Guarded by Foltz. Will give it back out to Cowan. Under 10 on the shot clock. And the foul will be called. I believe it's going to go on Kellen Taylor. It will. Team 6th. So next one puts St. John's in the bonus. St. John's currently with 7, so DeMatha is in the 1-1. Cowan lobs it into Doughton. We'll restart the offense.
Here's that defense we're talking about.
Again, still plenty of time as again we'll get a foul. Some contact out front. This one going to go on Gardner.
When you're able to put 5 guards on the floor and there's 4 to 5 minutes left in the game and all of them can make good decisions, it's just really hard to beat a team that has that ability. And right now, that's that St. John's team right out here on the floor. They have multiple decision makers. They have guys that are willing to sacrifice their body to be in the middle, and they have a closer in Anthony Cowan. A recipe for a WCAC championship.
I'll completely agree with you. Again, it's one of those things, and I tell you, if not for the shot clock, which they use in the WCAC, this game might really completely be over.
Absolutely.
When you talk about trying to guard 5 guards in the 4 corners. But again, that's part of it here. But an 11-point lead, and now a carry going to be called on Markelle Fultz.
He looks a little rattled tonight. He doesn't look like himself. That's a credit to the defense from St. John's.
On the season, he's been held somewhat in check against St. John's this year. 12 points in the first meeting, the DeMatha win, 11 points in the second meeting, the St. John's victory. Sykes turnaround, good in the lane. Elias Sykes, what a game for him, Junior. He's got 17 points.
Darling doesn't even get a chance. They saw the mismatch, and that's the difference between one team and the other team.
That one's going to hang in the air and good. As Gardner knocks that down, and Mike Jones going to take a timeout.
See, if you're going to play like this, then this is just going to be a win for them. You can't trade buckets with a team that's up 11, 10 to 11 points. Now you're going to have to find a way here, Mike Jones, to find a way to put pressure without fouling in 30-second shot clock. And what do you do right here, Jeremy?
Yeah, I tell you what, Junior, I go ahead and ask you, if you're Mike Jones, do you have to go ahead with the pressure defense?
I'll tell you what you should be trying to do. You should look for the worst free throw shooter on this basketball team and try to extend the game here early. Right, it's Sykes right now. He's a 50% free throw shooter every time he touches the ball. If I was the coach for him, I'd try to go foul him and put him on the line because that's your best chance of getting back in this game with him either scoring or not scoring with the clock stopped.
Let's see where they go. If they play it out for a few possessions or go ahead and try and foul. It's funny, a couple weeks ago I was doing an American University Army game and Mike Brennan, the coach of the Eagles, went to the foul strategy with 3 minutes left about the same time. Almost worked. The Eagles actually got it within 2, and if not for a big-time bucket by Kyle Wilson, Army's good scorer. But now just the steal works as Markelle Fultz takes it in and scores it on Sykes.
Or you can just get a steal in transition, right?
That's big.
That's not going to happen very often, though. They spread the court out really well, and they get what they want. You're going to have to, once he touches the basketball.
Cowan down the lane. They'll call a charge.
The first time all night that there's been somebody on the help side where they're supposed to be, that he didn't find the other right guy.
Let's get it over to our Jackie Sager.
St. John's coach Mark McCallum has said on the sideline that this team is doing a great job covering, but they need to do better defensively and especially getting those offensive and defensive rebounds. He said this at the end of the third quarter, and they've been doing a better job of it in this fourth quarter. Guys, back to you.
Thank you much, Jackie. Fultz trying to take things over. He'll put this one up, no good. Fight for the rebound, out of bounds. They'll say it's off Fultz and goes to St. John's.
They have to get a better shot to that. Like, I know he's driving to the basket, he's trying to be aggressive, and you're desperate right now to get back in it. But at the end of the day, you got to find him. Like, just foul him right now. What are you waiting on? Foul him.
Yeah, again, Sykes around a 50% free throw shooter. The other guys out on the court right now, much better. So they're going to play it out. Now maybe they'll go ahead and still no fouls. Obviously don't want to foul Cowan. He's over 80% on the year. Now Sean McAloon going to take a timeout and talking to his coach saying, what do you want me to do here? And McAloon trying to calm down his best player.
Right, that's the emotional part of Anthony Cowan, which you love, right? He's an emotional basketball player playing a position where you try to show calm on a consistent basis. And, of course, he's done that all year and throughout his career. But this is where the coaching comes into play. Right, we're looking at 1 minute and 57 seconds left in the game. If you don't turn the ball over, you win a WCAC championship since 2000. That's what's going to happen for this St. John's team right here, right now. That's what he's explaining in the timeout. All we have to do, we've done our work. Now what we have to do is finish this game, execute at the end of this game without taking another shot, and the defense they're playing on the other end, they win this game.
So McAloon and Cowan, whatever the issue was, we think is cool now.
Of course it is.
7 seconds left on the shot clock, though. Let's see what St. John's does. Got to move quickly. Into Cowan.
Here's that defense we're talking about.
Got to get it up. He'll put it up. That one doesn't draw iron. They'll let him keep going. Harvey going to dribble it off his leg as Cowan was guarding him.
Right, just doing a little bit too much. Right there, got guys open. We need scoring. We don't need turnovers right now. We need the ball to be scored right now. And that's what we need. We need the ball in Sykes' hand. Let them throw it up to him and foul him. Like, I don't understand it.
Mona with it and throws it away. Tried to get rid of it, thought he was going to get fouled. Now Fultz, 4-3, misses everything. Cowan's going to save it. Maybe didn't have to. He'll throw it up, looking for the big play, and now knocked away again as Cowan comes up with it. Doughton made the big play as Fultz was taking it the other way and got the long arm in there. And now DeMatha going to go ahead and finally give the foul on Clayton as Fultz gives it up.
So, this is a win for St. John's. Congratulations on this tech. But if you're DeMatha, you have to look at the rest of the season's not over, right? You have a couple of other tournaments to play in. You have to figure out how to play in these championship games. It's been a 5-year window now, right? And they've come to this particular game, and they've been here, and they've been consistent, and credit to the coaches and the players and everything. They just have not got over this hill with the consistency mentally. Coming into this game, they were awesome yesterday, and none of those guys have shown up consistently for any stretch of the imagination today. And it's a credit to St. John's and what they've been able to do to come in here and get this win on this floor.
Clayton makes them two, a 73% free throw shooter on the year, knocks down 2 and puts the lead back out to 11. 3 up, no good, batted ahead. Fight for the ball, Fultz comes up with it. Now it's gonna be stolen away by Doughton. Doughton back, Sykes, Doughton scored and the foul! And 1, and that might have done it. I tell you what, Doughton knew where the camera was, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man. I love it because he's done what he's supposed to do tonight. The ball hasn't gone into for him consistently, but he's been everywhere he's supposed to be defensively. They played together. They played tough against a very good DeMatha basketball team. And now, you reap the benefits of those kind of things.
Harvey spins, takes it in, can't score it. Fultz, though, with a rebound and a quick timeout by Mike Jones. We'll see the replay here, the give and go, the score. And we get him down there, kind of like a happiness lay down right there.
Jeff Doughton, also a member of Team Light Skin Germany, just in case you were wondering where I was going to go with that part.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a member of Rhode Island. I think Danny Hurley's going to get a good one.
Danny Hurley gets a player that's coming from this conference that understands the pressure of these major college teams. Going up there as a freshman, he'll have an opportunity to really help that program.
Most definitely. And again, so much talent on the court out here, so many really good players, and they're pulling the barrier back, so I hope our cameraman, Big John's going to get himself out of the way.
Is it too late? Because there's a high school, is there high school champagne, Jeremy? For a championship, there's no high school champagne?
Maybe some sparkling cider,
Let's go with the sparkling cider, maybe a little apple juice. Put a little Mountain Dew in there. Might not taste that good, but this man, it is awesome to stay up with.
Gardner's going to pick up the foul, and that's going to be 10 on DeMatha, so that puts St. John's in the double bonus, and Cowan will go to the line here with 2 to maybe put this one even farther out of reach.
Here's your closer, right? He's played with a chip on his shoulder all year, Jeremy. He's mad he wasn't player of the year in the conference, obviously. He had the kind of year that says, I'm the player of the year, I'm the best player in this conference. They won the regular season. Now they've shown you that they can win it in the tournament atmosphere, and it's going to be a continuation for him and to continue to play like he's been playing all year, to show out the doubters and the haters and all those other guys who've doubted him over his career. Anthony Cowan wins his first championship in the WAC tournament for a team that hasn't won it since 2000. Fantastic job.
They'll give up the foul. Allen commits it on Doughton. And we'll talk about what Anthony Cowan's done today. He's got leading scoring honors junior with 22 points. And to put it in perspective, he only had in the first half, he checked in with 9. So he's definitely raised his game in the second half.
I mean, he has that closer ability we were talking about earlier. Just a fantastic kid. When you see him getting ready, his teammates understand what kind of player he is. Also Jeff Dowden. This is what high school basketball should be all about. Got a bunch of seniors, got a bunch of guys going to major Division I colleges, and they're showing up to play in a game such as this. Yeah, credit to everybody around. This is definitely the best conference in the country, Jeremy.
Matha, pull-up jumper.
Still going in for Reggie Gardner, isn't it?
Most definitely. Gardner now has 10, and Mike Jones going to take a timeout. And I think, I don't know what he said something to the referee there. I thought at first he was saying to his guys, don't foul, maybe just making sure they know. Let him run it out. Maybe they'll go ahead and keep going. Of course, St. John's here, their student section.
Yes.
They've been waiting a long time for
Absolutely.
this one.
And to get your first win since 2000 against the Matha.
Yep.
I mean, this class will never be able to live that down. You go down in the record book. We were talking about earlier, Anthony Cowan was considered one of the best players to ever play at St. John's since Chris Wright. Of course he is. Right? I would even say he's taking that what Chris Wright did in high school and taking it to another level, simply because of the fact he's won more and he's done more in this situation. Credit to Anthony Cowan.
Of course, the story here, we talked about first title since 2000 for St. John's. They actually made the title game in Sean McAloon's first year in 2013, which, by the way, would have been Anthony Cowan's freshman year.
Right.
But also, that was a team that lost to the Bishop O'Connell squad led by Mello Trimble.
Yes.
As a junior. So
the Mello Trimble.
Yes, the Mello Trimble. So maybe a little bit of synergy here when you think about the fact that Cowan's going to lead him to the title. The last time St. John's had a chance, it was the guy he may be succeeding at Maryland.
I have a question for you, Jeremy. What do you think of his opportunities and chances to be a productive player at Maryland?
Well, it's doing pretty good. And a foul going to be called here as they'll go ahead and push for Allen. I mean, you know, it's the same conference, Junior. We see what Mello's done. I mean, obviously there's a little bit of a height disparity there, but, you know.
Well, the phrase goes, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. Well, this right here is a pit bull on every level, Hermie. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes up to Maryland and continues the tradition of WCAC point guards, Mello Trimble being the first one of late, and him being the second one, coming right in and keeping that team on the map over there in College Park.
Yeah, obviously another big get for Mark Turgeon, as this one will be off by Clayton. Played himself a pretty good game as well. Harvey, a lot of contact. They don't call it. Fultz will take the three, top of the key. That one off, no good. And they'll give it to Cowan. They'll end up giving him, try to give the foul. The referees don't call it. And fittingly, Cowan's going to dribble it out. And you see him come on the court as St. John's is your 2016 WCAC champions as they get the win as Anthony Cowan goes off by himself. He deserves it, gets the game ball. He wanted nothing to do with that scrum. He just wants to be out there holding that ball.
Hey, easy out there. Goodness gracious.
He deserves it as St. John's beats DeMatha 71-57 to claim the 2016 WCAC championship. And that guy right there on your screen is the man of the hour.
He gets over there and runs, gives his dad a hug. I mean, it's a credit every part of the game today. And by the way, let's knock it off. We like the storming of the court, Jeremy. I don't know how you feel about it, but I like to see kids go out there, obviously in a safer way than what we just saw.
Yeah, definitely.
But a fantastic group of fans, your high school teammates giving you an opportunity to celebrate something. There are a lot of seniors that just ran out on the court that'll never get this experience again. Credit their fans for going out there and playing. Man, this is all awesome for me. I'm excited. Man, I wish I had a little eligibility left in high school or something like that to get myself going in there.
I really would like to get Anthony over here, and if we come there, I'd love to ask him, was that a Mark Turgeon tell you to do that? Was that your own physical well-being in your brain saying, hey, let me get out of here?
Absolutely.
It's a little bit scary.
Everybody said he was smart. They always talk about him as a smart basketball player. So, hey, get out of there.
Well, there's a lot of happy St. John's players out there. They'll, of course, go out and cut down the nets. We hope to be joined by Coach McAloon, maybe Anthony as well, as they clear the court off for the trophy ceremony. And again, Junior, it's been a great season for the St. John's team. And of course, you mentioned it's not over. That's the interesting thing, where this at one point, it was really never the complete end-all be-all, though it's the most important one they're going to get. But they always had the Alhambra tournament where all these teams, the top ones, qualify for. But also now, when you factor in, they have the DC State Championship for St. John's. DeMath will be playing in the Maryland State Private School Championship. So still a lot of basketball left for these guys, but this is the one you really want, and St. John's able to go out and get it.
Absolutely. Now, you're talking about a situation where you put the best teams together in a crowd like this, capacity crowd, in an atmosphere like this, and the best team in the regular season showed up and won the game. Now, I have no dog in the race. I thought the way that DeMatha was playing earlier this week and earlier yesterday, that they were going to come out here and beat a team that I thought they could beat. Credit to St. John's for showing up defensively, not getting disturbed by the early foul trouble or whatever, rebounding the ball and doing a fantastic job. This is a great St. John's team. They have all the love, the admiration of their fans and all that other stuff. Credit to them and what they just did. DeMatha will be back. I got to believe it, considering the talent pool they have over there on that team. So we'll see.
Most definitely, and you look at it, it's crazy. You know, you look at this DeMatha team. This is the 5th straight time they have not won the WCAC championship, and they've actually been in it 3 straight years. And you're looking, and again, it happens in a league like this. And I tell people all the time, I say, look, when you have a league like this, upsets can happen, things can happen. We have Sean McAloon now standing by. He's joining our Jackie Sager.
I'm here with St. John's head coach, Sean McAloon. Coach, you guys were up by 1 point at the half. You end up winning by 14 points. What changed and what improved in the second quarter for you guys to win this championship game?
We got some stops. We were able to get downhill. We got some wide open looks. Anthony's penetration, DeJuan's penetration. Called a couple plays. Kids executed well and just they made shots. That's what we've been doing all year long, is getting ourselves wide open looks, and it's part of our DNA.
So, how does it feel to have your first WCAC championship?
It feels good. It's about them. It's not about me or anything. It's about our school. It's about what they did. And, I'm proud of them. I can't say anything more about these guys and what they do. I wish more people would notice them. There's a lot of stories this year about players and other players and players, but this is a true team, and it's something that people should recognize and appreciate because it doesn't come along very often.
Congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate it.
I'm here with senior Anthony Cowan Jr. Anthony, you've had an amazing season. You've averaged 20 points a game. How does it feel to end the season like this?
I can't think of a better way to end the season. Just for my brothers, and we just came and we conquered, and that was the whole goal, the whole year.
How did your team pull it together in that second half to win this game?
We just stayed composed. It's a bunch of seniors on this team, and we've been in positions like this, so it was easy. It was easy. We've been in a lot of games like this, and Coach Mack really prepared us for it. So we just happy we came out with the win.
So tell me, your senior year, how does it feel to get this WCAC title?
It's one of the best feelings. I never thought about it. Now that it's here, I can't describe in words.
Thanks so much, Anthony. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Anthony. And thank you, Coach McAloon. Again, a wonderful season for the St. John's squad. It's not yet over, Junior. They've still got the DC State Championship. They've still got the Alhambra tournament. But, boy, it is a great season so far for the Cadets.
Well, this is how you want to end your regular season, your championship. St. John's has done a fantastic job. Credit to them. Congratulations. They have a lot to play for. But, man, they started off their late February with a fantastic win right here against a great DeMatha team and a great Mike Jones and the coaching staff over there. So this is how you want to go into the end of your senior year. Anthony Cowan showing everybody he is as advertised. Fantastic job.
Cowan led the way with 22. Kalia Sykes had 17, while Markel Foltz led DeMatha with 12. Reggie Gardner, he had 10. I want to thank, of course, you see our production crew did a great job today. Everyone, an outstanding job here to bring you these two games at American University. Again, I want to thank our sideline reporters, Tyler Byram and Jackie Sager. Again, for my partner, Junior Burrow, I'm Jeremy Huber. Your final from American, St. John's beats DeMatha 71-57. They take the WCAC championship. Good night, everybody.
Good night.